Adventurous kids explore with education and learning what a wildlife is in the Everglades. I want to explore the Museum of Discovering Science. What plants do butterflies like? I want to know about Key West. Adventurous kids, learning and fun. Adventurous kids!
Today I'm going to tell you about peafowl. Peafowl is a common name for three bird species in the genera Pavo and Alparvo of the family Pheasanidae. The pheasants and their allies. The males are called peacocks, the females are called peahens, and their babies are called peachecks. They are one of the largest flying birds on Earth. One of the main differences between peacocks and peahens is their size. Although they vary in size, males are often as much as twice the size of the females. In fact, peacocks are one of the largest flying birds at 6 to 7 feet in length. They weigh 8 to 13 pounds. Wingspans for females is from 31 to 51 inches, and for the males is from 51 to 63 inches. Usually the beak of a peacock is an inch in length. A common feature of all peafowl are the bare patches of skin which can be found around their eyes. This can be seen in male and female birds and also across different species. Peafowl cannot swim. They don't have webbed feet and are of course essential for birds to swim actively, and their feathers provide no help in swimming. Peafowl do not enjoy living alone and tend to stay within small groups as they are highly sociable and dependent birds. They need companions because being alone will make them depressed. They usually travel in groups of 8 to 10 birds. They sleep in large groups in tall trees, which is called roosting. To protect themselves from other animals, they make shrieking sounds to alert each other of danger. A family of peafowl is called a bevy. A group of peacocks is sometimes called an ostitation, a muster, a pride, or even a party. Peafowls are ground-dwelling birds, or omnivores, meaning they eat both meat and plants, that eat insects and other arthropods, plant parts, flower petals, leaves, fruit, seeds, berries, ants, flies, snakes, amphibians, small mammals, and other small creatures. They live in forests, farmlands, bushland, and other warm regions with easy access to low trees. They are particularly fond of petunias and similar pot plants, leaving nothing but a small green circle where the stem wants to emerge from the soil. The birds will learn to come to a specific place at specific times of day to be fed, and a regular light feeding during summer adapts them to coming to the feeding place in winter. Dry dog and cat chows make excellent winter feed for peafowl. Domesticated peafowl may also eat bread and cracked grain such as oats, corn, cheese, cooked rice, and sometimes cat food. It has been noticed by keepers that peafowl enjoy protein-rich food, including larvae that infest granaries, different kinds of meat and fruit, as well as vegetables, including dark leafy greens, broccoli, carrots, beans, beets, and peas. When they are domesticated, some will live up to 50 years or half a century. A peafowl can live to over 20 years of age in the wild. The average running speed for peafowls is 10 miles per hour. There are three types of peafowl. The Indian peafowl or blue peafowl live in India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. The green peafowl can be found in Southeast Asia in Myanmar, Indonesia, and Java. And the Congo peafowl can live in the Congo Basin in Central Africa. Most people are familiar with the Indian or blue peafowl, since that is the kind found in many zoos and parks. Peafowl are domesticated throughout the world. In the past, they were a sign of wealth. Moderate weather conditions are most favorable conditions for domestication of peacocks. You can keep these birds in open areas since they love to move in vast territories. Domesticating peacocks in a condensed area can intimidate them. One of the many reasons that people keep them near is for their great ability in catching snakes. The birds even feed on the poisonous kinds of the said reptiles. Hence, they have a notoriety for keeping the village safe. The Indian peacock is the only species that carries and flaunts its bright plumage, called a train. The other two species only have a few sets of feathers. The 150 brightly colored feathers that cover the tails of the Indian peacock are 5 feet long. It can cover 60% of its entire length and can be displayed in a spectacular fan of brilliant colors. These long feathers actually grow from the bird's back, not the tail. He elevates them by raising much shorter tail feathers underneath them. Amazingly, there are no blue or green pigment is present in the tail feathers of a male peacock. The brilliant colors that we see are due to microscopic crystal-like structures on feathers that reflect different wavelengths of light depending on how they're spaced, resulting in fluorescent colors. The tail feathers, in fact, fall off and are replaced once each summer. The peacock's brilliant train contains over 200 shimmering feathers, each one decorated with eye spots. It has been suggested that the peacock's train, loud call, and fearless behavior have been formed by natural selection and served as an optosomatic display to intimidate predators and rivals. Their main predators are tigers, leopards, jungle cats, stray dogs, and mongoose. When they sense danger, they fly and hide in trees. Some large birds of prey will also hunt the peafowl. However, if a predator grabs the train, the long feathers pull out easily and the peacock can fly away. If you see a peacock flying into a tree, don't be alarmed. These birds sometimes seen doing this in the wild to protect themselves from a predator. Chicks are more prone to predation than adults. White peacocks are not albinos, but rather a subspecies of blue peacocks created by a genetic mutation. They have a different condition called leishman's, which causes an overall reduction in different types of pigment, which result in the complete lack of coloration of their plumage or preserving normal eye color. By contrast, true albino peafowl have a complete lack of melanin, resulting in albinos carrying aggressive pink eyes. Luscic pea chicks are born yellow and become fully white as they mature. People believe that the white peacock brings internal happiness. The male peafowl needs his bright feathers to attract the mate, but the female needs to be able to blend within the bushes so that predators cannot see her while she's incubating her eggs, so she is a drab, mauve to brown color. Morley Jacobs' food courtship theory states that peahens are attracted to peacocks for the resemblance of their eye spots to blueberries. Peahens will lay anywhere from 3 to 8 eggs, which incubate for about 4 weeks before hatching. They lay unfertilized eggs as decoys in places far away from their nest in order to confuse predators that might hunt them. Pea chicks are able to walk, eat, and drink on their white after they hatch, but they are extremely at risk from predators. It takes 2 weeks before they can flap up into a tree for safety, where they crawl on both sides of their mother who covers them by her wings. At 4 weeks, the young grow crests. At 2 months, they look just like their mother, but only half her size. At around 6 months, the males will begin to change color. Male chicks do not start growing their showy trains until about age 3. The Indian peacock's train, covering the tail feathers, is used in courtship and dominance displays. The female has a particular call for a missing chick. Where are you? Who had call, two-toned, high and low, me do when the chick is missing. This call could go on for hours. Peafowl have 11 different calls, but the peacocks are the ones that really yell. In fact, peacocks have one of the loudest calls in the family of birds. They have a call that carries for a long distance and sounds like may-ah, may-ah. They call out early in the morning, late evenings, and in times of danger and mating. As they usually make loud wailing sounds during the rainy season, They're an indicator of the coming monsoons. Peafowl, such as the blue peacock, have been admired by humans and kept as pets for thousands of years. Selective breeding has created some unusual color combinations, but wild birds are themselves bursting with vibrant hues. They can be testy and do not mix well with other domestic birds. Blue peacocks are known to survive northern winters. It is a quite shocking peacock fact, considering that they are native to countries of warm and humid climates. On the contrary, the green kind cannot tolerate that much cold. In 1963, the peafowl was declared the national bird of India because of its rich religious and legendary involvement in Indian traditions and its protected in that country. In Burma, a great peacock is their national symbol. In the Hindu religion, the peafowl is a sacred bird because the spots on the peacock's tail symbolize the eyes of the gods. It stands for knowledge, benevolence, and compassion and kindness. Peacocks are mentioned in the Bible as one of the most precious items brought from Asia by King Solomon's ships. Ancient Greeks believed that the flesh of peafowl did not decay after death, so it became a symbol of immortality. About 3,000 years ago, the nations imported different species of peafowl to Egypt and used them for a variety of purposes, particularly decorations. Among ancient Jews, the golden peacock is a symbol of joy and creativity, with quotes from the bird's feathers being a metaphor for a writer's inspiration. In Persia and Babylona, the peacock is seen as the guardian to royalty and is often engraved upon royal thrones. Nonetheless, using the peacock as a symbol of royalty has a known and distinguished pedigree in India too. Illegal poaching for meat, however, continues and declines have been noted in parts of India. Peafowl breed readily in captivity and as free-ranging ornamental fowl. Zoos, parks, bird fenceries, and dealers across the world maintain breeding populations that do not need to be augmented by the capture of wild birds. Poaching of peacocks for their meat and feathers and accidental poisoning by feeding on pesticides treated seeds are known threats to wild birds. Even though the number of peacocks is reducing, particularly due to hunting loss of habitat, the Indian peacock is not an endangered bird. Congo peafowl is now present in the vulnerable list of species, and the green peafowl is an endangered species. Teaching peafowl facts for kids is essential that your child is aware of the bird's losses. Knowing why it is necessary to protect such birds can help him become more caring and informed towards other animals around him and be a better individual. Thanks for watching this Adventurous Kids episode.
What did you learn today?
Adventurous kids.
Adventurous kids.
What was the most interesting fact?
Adventurous kids.
Adventurous kids.
Adventurous kids.